Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is John and Jenna with Flippin' Ain't Easy, and hopefully you guys are able to hear me okay.
One day we'll be able to start a podcast without saying, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah, and we got her a mic, but it's causing echo issues, so I'm sure it's probably going to do that here in this episode. I'm sending it back as soon as the show is over. I had fought with this thing for the last hour and a half, and of course when you do something,
We're echoing.
yeah, echo.
Yep, echo.
Okay. So we're just gonna go. We're gonna roll without the second mic because that second mic sucks. So how about that? Is that better? Go ahead and say something.
Hello, my friends.
Yes. So yeah, we know that Jenna was echoing, and it's because both microphones are catching each other. So
Maybe I should just go sit at my desk
maybe
in the other office.
You're just gonna do that now.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. So anyway, hopefully that's better. And
Am I still echoing?
is it still an echo? Okay, better. Okay,
Carol
okay.
said.
So that's good. Lower the gain a little bit. So
Okay.
always an issue here with this show, but we're trying to work things out. You know, we buy something new, and of course it's not working. So I'm gonna figure that out here after we're done, and I'm probably gonna spend hours doing it because that's just the way I roll. But the way you guys roll on eBay is what we want to talk about today. And I was thinking about how all these last couple years, we were trying to find, that nugget of information that some people don't like talking about. At least they don't associate the show with nuggets of information. But I do think so. And, as far as talking about the last 2 years, Josh and I, for the most part, and Beard a little bit, but not so much. We're trying to figure out what makes the algorithm be the algorithm, and what to get that advantage, right? Nobody's going to figure it out because it's proprietary, and it's not something that eBay is going to let out the bag. But instead of getting so caught up on that, we've kind of stopped really focusing on getting deep into the weeds. And really, it's just a return back to the basics. And I think there's a lot of people that really don't have a grasp on the basics. If I'm just being honest, from the stores that we've looked at, from the people that I've talked to that email me saying, hey, can you look at my store? Something's not right. There's things that can be identified that can be easily changed by the seller if they want it bad enough. And that's why I think Beard kind of coined that, how bad do you want it? But there's nothing truer than that. I mean, look, we all want to make sales, but are you willing to put the work in to make that happen? And are you willing to stop the things, stop doing the things that are holding you back? And it could be, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but it very well may be what you're selling. Now, I'm not saying, look, I have garbage in my store. If you look at my store as compared to a lot of stores on eBay, how am I making $10,000 to $14,000 in sales a month with the 200 items that I'm putting in that store? It ain't the best stuff. I promise you that it's not. But there's a demand for some of these items. I mean, I wouldn't go out and buy any of it. I wouldn't really be buying from my own store, as sad as that sounds. But there's a demand out there for the stuff that I'm selling, so I'm going to keep buying it. Now, you may like what you're selling. I could care less about what I'm selling. I don't have an attachment at all with anything that I'm selling. And there's nothing wrong with liking what you sell. But if you're buying stuff to resell and there's a very limited market for that, your success is going to be limited. When it comes to reselling, your success is only as good as the demand for the item that you're selling. You take two car lots. One has brand new cars, the top of the line, newest models, and then the other one is just beat up shanty hoopties that nobody wants. Well, who do you think's going to do a little bit better? I think there's a more demand for the higher end. In fact, most people are going to go to the new lot first, and then if they get rejected, they'll probably go to the hoopty lot. And so, 90s term for bad car. Nonetheless, guys, I'm not saying that you're selling hoopties. What I'm saying is that I think we all think too highly of the things that we're selling, and it's time to come down to earth a little bit. Now, if you're doing this for the love of the game, just like Josh is, he loves what he sells and he wants to promote what he sells, and he's finding a way to make it work through the advent of another site and taking all these extra steps. But short of that, if what you enjoy isn't selling and you really rely on this money to make it work, then you got a choice to make. Are you going to keep doing the things that haven't worked, or are you going to finally maybe gravitate away from that product, maybe shelf that for now? Maybe the market will return for it, but you got to be realistic. And I think there's a lot of people who like to sell the knickknacks and the plates and the cool looking things, the things that bring them nostalgia and stuff like that. But you really, unless you're planning on scaling big time, and some people have scaled and it still hasn't worked for that type of item, it's not going to bring you the kind of returns that you're looking for. And there's a reason why only 20% of small businesses succeed in the first year, and it's because people are not looking at the things that need to be changed. They're not willing to pivot. They're not willing to stop selling a certain thing. And Josh has already said, as an example, he's like, look, if I had to sell electronics, if that's the only way I could make reselling work, I wouldn't do it. And I think that's just being honest with himself. How many people out there feel the same way? They have to sell what they feel comfortable with. Otherwise, it ain't going to work.
Or what they can get their hands on.
So, and I think it's also a focus on the things that we can control. Let's forget about the algorithm. Let's forget about things like that. Let's start looking at how many photos are you putting into your listings. What's the quality of title? Are you just throwing a 5-word title up on your listing like I've seen many sellers do and expect that to work? It could work, but it would be better if you filled out all 80 characters if you can. Try to find ways to maximize that. Your prices. I think a lot of people want a lot more and think their items are worth more than they are. And guys, I got to tell you, if your buyer doesn't see it that way, you're going to have a hard time making sales. I don't care how good of stuff you have. If they can go get it somewhere else, that same item or similar, cheaper, people are going to do that right now. So we say this all the time. It's like a broken record, but I think for whatever reason, the folks that continue to struggle, it's not resonating, and I don't know how to get it through. And really, at the end of the day, because I sell everything, sellers like me are fine with that. But you guys represent a small percentage of the resellers out there. It ain't like every seller is getting this message, but the few that do watch this show, I do want to see you succeed. And you just got to get out of your own way and really have that honest conversation with yourself, because 2025 is now here, and why not make the necessary changes you need to make to your business so that 2024 doesn't repeat itself. So that's my message to you guys. Hopefully it's not taken the wrong way. Look, like I said, I'm not here to tell you that I'm the best seller on earth. I'm not here to tell you that my stuff is gold that I'm selling, because I'm not. I'm making it work selling subpar things in my eyes. It's not like I'm selling Xboxes and Switches and iPhones and all the things that people can list and sell overnight. It isn't like that for me. But we're making it work, and we've made it work for the last now 2 years, when we made the change of really just stop listing everything under the sun. Now my second store, we're kind of doing that, and it's okay. But I realized there on that second store, I'm really going to have to ramp up the volume to get to the level of sales that I have in my 200 item store. So just wanted to put that out there. Also, we had a good weekend, by the way, in sales. We had about a $1,500-$1,600 weekend between the two stores, and so I can't complain at all. That's kind of where we want to be. I spent a lot of time though, because on Friday's live it got demonetized again, and it was taken down due to a copyright claim again for the outro. So I spent a very, very large portion of the time from Friday night until Sunday night.
3 days.
Yes. Working hard to bring you guys an outro that cannot be monetized or cannot be copyrighted because it's unique. Nobody else has it. And I'm proud to say that we're going to premiere it tonight at the end of the show. So please be with us through the end. If you're watching this after the fact, I mean, if you don't want to, watch all the way through, fast forward till near the end. It's a complete montage or collage of different videos and things that I like to share with you guys. But it's one song. We're debuting our song that was sung for us for this channel, and I have about 20 different versions of it that I'm going to be putting out over time. So it's to kind of keep things fresh. So hopefully, I'm excited. I want to end the show right now. For those members who actually are members.
I'm surprised you're not playing it now.
Yeah, I'm not going to play it now. I'm going to make you guys wait. If you're a member, you got a sneak peek of that last night, and I was kind of excited to show it off. And a lot of discussion about how they like the collage and the montage and everything, but really nothing about the song itself. And I thought that was kind of odd. So maybe,
I mean, because you're visually looking at something, so maybe it's
right.
I don't know.
Well, we'll get your feedback again after you want to put your feedback down below. If you're watching us on replay, you'll be able to do that. If you're in chat, you'll probably be able to put your feedback as it's happening or whatever. But let's get on to who's here. I know that we have Jovial, and for whatever reason, she had mentioned something about, and I wanted to show this to you before we get on to the comments, about a fee changes she said something about, what did she say in your text? She had sent you a text and said something about fees, right? Go ahead.
Last year, eBay increased their final value fee by a mere 10 cents, and eBay sells approximately 2 billion a day, right? Now multiply 2 billion times 10 cents. If I'm mathing correctly, that's 2 million a day times 365. $730 million a year.
Yeah.
A dime at a time.
So the last final value fee changes that took place, and I went and looked here, was February of 2023 for not all categories, for certain categories. And if we go into the different fees per category, and the fee increases were from 12.9% to 13.25%. So that 0.35% could at some point be about a dime. It depends on how much you're selling the item for, of course. But yes, that's eBay's way of making more money, unfortunately. But you have like most categories is 13.25%. Whoops. Books and magazines, 14.95. Coins and paper money, bullion, 13.25. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. I didn't know this. I mean, I guess because I don't sell a lot of clothing. 15% are your fees on that. Now, if the sale is over $2,000, which none of us here sell clothing over $2,000 unless, and if so, you're probably not worried about it. It's 9%. You got jewelry and watches, 15%. Parts and accessories for jewelry and watches, 15%. Art, NFTs, non-sport trading cards, movies, music, sports memorabilia, toys, hobbies, games, 5%. That's not bad. Select business and industrial categories, heavy parts and equipment, printing and arts, graphic arts, restaurant and food services, 3%. Music instruments, 6.35. Guitars and basses. Got men's athletic shoes, 8%. And if it's over $150, it's 13.25%. So I'm willing to bet that most people don't know, because I sell in every category pretty much, don't know all the fees that they're paying. And it's even somewhat surprising to see there's a big discrepancy between the 15% on clothing compared to, 3% on industrial goods, or even 8% on shoes, men's and women's shoes. So, eBay's going to find ways, creative ways to make their money. And yeah, it's a lot of money that eBay made by making that change. And don't be surprised if they do something like that again. I just hate to bring it up, but it's certainly possible at some point. Something that we should expect. And that's why sourcing at a low cost is the number one way to make this whole thing work. If you're having a hard time, and maybe that's why your prices are too high, I'm not saying you, Jovi, I'm just saying people out there in general, if your prices are too high, it's going to be hard to compete. But now Jovio says, who knew Josh had his very own day? Happy National Bean Day. How have you been, FAE fan?
Bean?
Yes, Bean Day. So who's having beans today?
Not me.
We're going to have beans today?
Not me.
Charlie McBride says, 4th place, I get the copper medal. Yes. Nice to see you, Charlie. Hopefully you got your I know you got your package because you left positive feedback. Duncan says, hit the like for 600 crickets. Well, not so much in crickets, but we're going to give you a sale if you hit the like button within the next 24 hours. I don't know how or why.
And hopefully it's at least 600 cents.
Yes. Mike Metko says, good job, Rhonda and DVR slipping in at second. And where's Keith? Did you all see the new outro? Pretty cool. And we have, it's something I'm going to be working on. And it's inspired by a channel that I watch on YouTube. And it's just the kind of a news channel. But they have, I thought he was artistic. Like, oh, this guy is really like artistic. He has like good musical, like a good musical mind, and he's making his own intros and outros, and wow. And it's something different every day. It's AI. AI is so awesome, guys. I mean, I had AI write a song, which is what you're going to hear at the end, and it put it together. We tweaked some words, and we gave it to AI again in another program and told it what instruments to use, and it came up with like a few outstanding songs that we're going to be using over the course of 2025. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Mike Mecco says, hi, John and Jenna and the amazing FAE family. I hope all are well. My sales are starting to climb out of the pits. 13 went out today from Sunday and today. Well, that's good. That's great to hear, because last year and the year before, the first 2 weeks in January were horrible for us. And we've gotten off to a pretty good start.
Rhonda said final value fee from 30 cents to 40 cents. It went up last year sometime, hence 730 million one dime at a time.
You talking about the 30 cent transaction fee? I'm not seeing that here. Maybe, and I'm in eBay's policy. You could be right. I just don't see it. I'm not seeing it.
Rhonda, if you have a link, can you send it to me via text?
Or put it in the chat. I'll fire it up and take a look at it. Uh-oh. See what happens when I don't hit the like button? I get a return. And it's a shower shitter.
Sorry.
They returning my shower chair. What the hell's going on? I now I'm curious as to what the heck they're saying.
Okay,
but we ain't going down that avenue. I know, but whenever you guys get a return request, don't you go and look to see?
So annoying. I mean,
well, it's annoying. It's just life, but it doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit.
I have dimensions in the photos. They say the shower we need for this is way too small for the chair. The legs don't even come close to touching the ground in the tub. Well, had you looked at the photos like I told you to do in the listing, you would have seen the dimensions and could have taken your tape measure to see, ooh, this isn't going to fit. But it doesn't fit, and I will confirm it. They're going to pay the shipping for that. And by the time it's said and done, they're going to realize that they're going to be paying for shipping to get a $19, $20 refund. So whatever. Good luck with that. Mike Mecco, make that 14. Just got my ka-ching for hitting the like. Yes, love that. We have Swamp Picker with us. Hello, John and Jenna.
Hello.
Brenda Smith says, hello, everyone. How you doing, Brenda?
Hello, Brenda.
And Beard is last.
Beard is not last. He's like 10th.
And we're going to start, and Friday we're going to try it. I'm going to try to get a hold of Beard before he puts out his live announcement. But we're going to try on Friday to port over the track. After you listen to our outro, every live is going to have a different one for the first few weeks. But after you listen to our outro, it'll take you right over to his channel for the live. If he agrees to that, I'm sure he wouldn't. We usually get about 100, 150 people. So a lot of people don't want to change what they're watching. They are working while they're, listening. So for a lot of people, that's exactly what they want. Callie Deb says, hello, everyone. I hope everyone has had good and after Christmas sales. I have, but I can't really attribute it all to eBay. So
Yeah,
why do you...
are more Etsy.
Okay. Etsy?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm willing to bet you have things that people want, demand.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Ann says, I finally got here early only because I couldn't get out of the house today. We're snowed in, got about 10 inches of snow since yesterday.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I know the East Coast got hit by snow.
Wow. That's a lot of snow.
Joe Samard says, good afternoon. We know what you meant. Flipping from the trailer says, hello, everyone. How was your weekend?
It was good.
I was having fun with it. Really, I was. She's like, why do you spend so much time in here on this? Because it's actually kind of fun.
You're having way too much fun.
It was fun.
He literally is in here just laughing by himself. It was I should have recorded my view of it, of him dancing around, snapping, tapping, just
some of the
volume would go up and then down.
Some of the music was really good. I'm telling you, AI has gotten scary good when it comes to that. I can remember about a year and a half ago, Beard and I were making, I was after one of his lives, and we're goofing around on one of these AI music sites, and it was horrible. It sounded like a robot was trying to sing, right? And I'm like, this is trash. And so I thought nothing of it. And then we heard Primo Chemo's, I guess Ryan had made a video for Primo Chemo and Spam and on their channel. And it's like, this is pretty freaking amazing. So, it took me a little while to get to it. But now YouTube forced my hand with the taking down my live. So flipping from the trailer says, hello, everyone. How was your weekend? We talked about that. Jackie Bleckner says, hi, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Earl Parker says, thanks, guys. Already got my cha-ching.
Yay.
Love it. Love it. Todd says, howdy. How you doing, Todd?
Howdy, partner.
Andy says, here we go. Here we go. Omri Squaw says, howdy, John, Jenna, in the chat. Ready for my like sale reward.
Yes. Howdy, howdy.
Yeah, we just got to hit the like button to clear out those zero sales.
Yeah.
Flip It Good says, happy snowy Mom Day.
Mom Day? Is it Mom Day?
It's not Dad Day?
It's Mom Day.
Heavens says, hi, John and Jenna. Pitco won't be in live tonight as he very poorly. I'm Pitco's partner.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Hopefully he's doing okay.
Won't be in the live tonight as he very poorly.
Maybe feeling poorly?
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Well,
let him know that we hope he feels better.
Well, heavens to Betsy. Hopefully he... That's bad. I'm sorry. Hopefully he feels
Keith
better.
Keith would understand his weird jokes.
We're putting out that positive karma for Keith Pitco.
So, Rhonda said, FVF increased March 15, 2024 from 30 cents to 40 cents.
Final value fee. How come I never covered that? Well, I'll go in and try to look that up. But, it is money. Anything that eBay does like that is meant for one thing and one thing only. It's not to improve. They might come out and say, to try to justify it, we're going to collect extra money from this fee so that we can improve the site, right? Or it's like, come on. We know that's a bunch of garbage. It's really to make more money. How much money can eBay make without providing anything different than 2-3 years ago? Duncan says, eBay, when you are selling everything, you're looking for a new buyer every time. When you have an audience in a niche, you get repeat buyers in every day. I find repeat business better, no dramas. And you are absolutely correct. The best position to be is in a situation where you have multiple suppliers for the same type of item, and you can just bring in at will whatever you want to sell. Most people, I'm willing to say 95% of sellers out there don't have that luxury. And I'm one of them. Just don't have that luxury. If I could find, and that goes with networking. So I guess as you get out there, I guess when you limit yourself to buying stuff online, you're really never going to do that. But if you get out there with the flea markets, right? So maybe you're just a yard sale type person. Well, chances are, I mean, we have a couple people in town that do the same. They do the same thing every week. They do like yard sales. You know, they keep bringing in stuff to sell. But for the most part, your yard sales are going to be different people every time. And I suppose you can meet people that are going to maybe give you an opportunity at first crack at whatever they have. But chances are it's just a one-time yard sale. But like at a flea market, you can get out and meet people that are doing this. They want to move certain things. Maybe they don't want to lug back, you know, all the stuff that they brought this time. They didn't have a good experience at the flea market, and you can buy all that stuff from them at a pretty good price. There's ways to do it, but someone like me, I don't know if I'm ever going to encounter that type of situation. I just don't get out enough. KC New York says, hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Carol C says, echo, echo, echo.
Hello, Carol.
Big Dre, hello, just enjoying some coffee right now. There you go.
I want some coffee.
And I couldn't give you that answer, Diamond Roy. Why is it so cold in Florida? I don't know.
Probably because it's so cold everywhere.
Chastity's with us. Says, hey,
hello,
all.
Chastity.
And we have a bunch of people that sort of came on. I guess Echo's the new hello. Can you stop
rolling it, please?
I guess Echo's the new hello.
Right there.
What? Where?
Jeannie Regina Hoffman.
Yeah, that's Echo. Echo must be hello in some language.
No.
I know. I'm just joking. But they didn't say hello. They just said echo.
Because that's when we came on.
I know, but I want them to say hello. Henri Squaw says, yes, that is better. Southern Vermont Vintage says, better. Okay, we're good. KC New York, our volume is better too. Spam Banshee is with us. Thanks for being here.
Jump Trader.
Anissa. And Coppercat says, good day, John, Jenna, and FA family. Hope everyone is doing okay in the snow, ice, and extreme cold.
Well, it's not like that here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty cold. But
61 degrees.
It's not that.
It's 61.
It is not.
That
is a lie.
For those of you who are out there right now, we are enjoying 61-degree weather.
According to his computer.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's 62 and sunny, according to her phone. That's right. Yes. So let that melt your snow a little bit. Todd says sound is okay now. And we got Brett says it's a moist Monday.
No, it's not.
Baby is laughing. You can't be yelling like that. There's people that are wearing headphones that you just blew out their ears.
Who's wearing headphones?
There's people who are wearing headphones while they work. I do that once in a while.
Oh, sorry.
Baby is laughing. Broncos are in the playoffs and sales are great. And weather feels like a warm spring day here in OC, Orange County.
Nice.
Well, nice to see you and glad all is well. Duncan says, John, did you buy Jenny's birthday presents yet? Don't forget now. Oh, I'm not going to forget. But we still got a week. So
yeah, he's a last minute kind of guy.
Southern Vermont Vintage. Ghost Picker says, good afternoon, everyone. Hope all had a joyous but productive weekend. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was productive. I guess I'll find out with your feedback. Gail says, I see where the feds will have their $600 limit in place in 3 years. Yes, they are gradually going to bring that down and down and down. I think at some point, though, we're not going to have cash. We're not going to have cash. We're going to be using Cash App or Venmo or Zelle or PayPal or whatever you use to pay people, which will be tracked by anyone who wants to know about it. I just have this feeling that's coming down the road. Larry Wayouts with us says, happy Monday, John and Jenna. Nice to see
Larry.
You. Paul Rose is with us. Hi, John and Jenna.
Hi, Paul.
Andy says, I have 15 hoop Ds right now, and I'm ready to list.
Get going.
Tailpipe Dragon. Jay Lou says, good info, John. Yes, well, thank you. We try to provide some nuggets of information. Ping G says, happy Monday to John and Jenna in the chat. Nice to see you. Richard says, only 3 sales all weekend. How's a pimp supposed to eat? It's all good. I need to list harder and smarter. Better days are coming.
You better get to pimping.
It ain't easy. Mike Mecco, love the hoopty. Anybody remember that? Sir Mix-a-Lot, my hoopty. Jovial Juggler, who had what hoopty as their first car?
Who
I
had
don't
a-
even remember what the
I
hell
didn't
I
have
had.
a hoopty.
Mine was not bad, but it wasn't great at all.
I
either.
had a 1982 Toyota 4x.
If it was over 5 years old and it had a hatchback, that was pretty bad. That was a hoopty. I had something like that.
Yeah, no.
Richard deleted his message, so we'll never ever know. Semperfi says
He's in the house.
is in the house. I've changed to buying only things that sell
Sorry,
and
I
for
can't
decent
raise my
profit.
voice.
You just love blowing people's ears out.
So
I'm gonna
sorry.
see these
Joni,
comments here.
Joni, I am so sorry. I'm sorry.
They're like,
Joni said, "Happy Monday, FAE fam. Jenna, Scott has 30% hearing loss, so the TV is very loud in our house. Your scream shocked me."
see?
I'm so sorry.
I mean, the whole neighborhood now thinks that there's
Our
like a crime.
neighborhood does
No, in her house,
Oh.
the neighborhood thinks that someone's getting
I
attacked
don't
or
think their
something.
neighbors are really that close.
If it's that loud, it could
They
be.
actually get to live free of next door neighbors.
Well, the police are on their way. I just want you to know.
Okay, you're
Larry
right.
Todd, first hoopty, 1959 Ford Fairlane. Wow.
Wow.
How about a green 1972 VW Beetle?
Wow.
How about a seven? At the time, it was my buddy's car. It was a 72, maybe Nova, and it had an Afghan instead of the
Instead of a seat cover
Yeah, had an Afghan, and the roof was like
hanging
falling
down.
apart. Yeah, it was bad. You
That's
see the
horrible.
metal like things in there. So, yeah, it was bad. Richard says, "I wish I could afford a hoopty." Yeah, some people don't even
Some
have a
people,
hoopty.
yeah, just be thankful for the hoopty that you have.
Mike says, "Definitely stick around for the outro. It's pretty cool. Great job, John." And I'm fired up. We have. I wish it makes me when you're making a collage like that, where you're showing videos and photos. And it's not just us; it's other people that we've encountered over the last couple of years.
Encountered. It's like an alien encounter.
Yes, we've encountered them, and we want to display, like people like Mike and Archie and Pete and Kevin and all those guys. And
Did you put up the one I have of me and Lissa?
no. But see, we have so many too.
Oh,
Not enough for all that I want to do, but we still have so many that I can't get them all into one.
But it also makes me feel like we don't have enough.
Yes.
So I would really like to go to some more meetups. Nashville.
Well, we've got one in a couple months here in Vegas, so.
Nashville.
Jovial says, "Mine was a Buick Regal, 6 gas stations to the mile." Yes. TikTok says, "I may sell my hoopty soon and get that bus ticket." Short coin Devon says, "Hello, thanks for being here, Devon." Brent says, "I doubled down on selling men's shorts and swimwear this past month. My sales conversion for both categories is 4 to 6 times my regular conversion rate. Figured it out using listing quality report." Yes. Not everyone has access to the listing quality report. If you do, great. If you don't, I'm sorry to hear that. If you go into, like we'll show you right here, if you go into selling and you go into performance right here and then summary, and if you have it, it'll say right there in the upper right under where we're showing on the screen, and you click on that, it'll download it, and it'll tell you all the good or bad news. Let's see what bad news it's going to tell me here. It's not telling me anything because you guys can't see it.
Listings can be approved.
Oh yeah, it'll give you a summary. Wants MPNs on under coffee, tea, and espresso.
Well, what I think that also contributes to is the whole, ad recommended specifics. And so I think that's what that is narrowing down.
More pictures there. I don't know why it's telling me promote 2 of your listings because all my listings on that category are promoted. I know that. So I'll have to do some inspection to find out what's going on. Now you can dive deeper. You can dive into some of these things. It'll give you a nice little chart. Will tell you to the right like what your competition's up to, and will tell you, which is kind of cool, your promoted listings, right? And it'll say. It says I'm promoting 92% of my items, which is odd. My promoted listings ad rate 8% in that category, and the top 10 are only at 5. So maybe I'm over promoting. I mean, it'll give you an idea, right? Because I want to be ahead of the competition. So these reports are very, very useful if you are willing to take 20 minutes and to dive down into them. So yes, and not everyone has it. I don't know why. Like my main account has it, but my second account doesn't. But data really will give you some direction because look, you can watch all the videos you want, but nobody doing these videos knows your situation and what the one thing is that you might be doing wrong. Ghost Picker says mine was 66 Impala, 4-door faded red that looked pink, and shag rug over dash and rear deck.
Oh my God, how funny.
Devon's getting high. Oh, she's getting high fees on handbags. Okay, sorry, Devon. I only read the first part. I'm like a buyer. I only read the first part.
Yeah, he only reads the first 4 letter or words.
Old fat hen picker. I almost said something else. What is better, listing a certain number of items per day or a certain dollar amount per day? Dollar amount.
Dollar amount.
I am a
Always
firm
dollar
believer.
amount.
Now you'll find there's channels that are like, look, you need to list 20 to 50 items a day. And I guess the mindset is you're building your store. If you're only selling 10 items and you're listing 20, then you're growing your store. I get it. But at the end of the day, let's say you're selling $300 a day. Well, you want to list more than $300 a day to grow your store. And that could be one item. That could be 100 items to get to that point. So you just got to do the math. Now, also, you're not looking at listed price. You're looking at listed plus shipping as well. So if you're one like me that do calculated, it's the item price plus the potential shipping, which is hard to gauge because if it's calculated, it could be anywhere from $10 to $30 sometimes for the things that we're selling. So it's really subjective to who's buying your item. But for the most part, I mean, we had a $600 some odd dollar day on Saturday, $390 yesterday, and we're already at 2 something today. And that is where eBay has calculated the list price plus the actual shipping for that item. So don't get so caught up, though. Do the best you can and just try to build your store. And look at where it says, if I can try to show it to you, I will. But look at it where it says under your listings, your active listings, it'll show you your dollar amount right there, your total dollar amount. So normally I'm about $14,000 listed for a 200 item store. As you can see, I only have 188 currently. We had 208 on like Thursday or Friday. So we've sold more than we were listing. But if I was so obsessed with, inventory count, and not this number, I think I'd be going the wrong way. How much money do you have in your store right now? What is your total value? And this is value before shipping is in there, by the way, because we have items like this $7 item, which we're almost sold out of. But if it wasn't for this item and selling, I think we've sold 120 of these last year. Just items I picked up for $10 for a box, like 3 boxes of these, 3 cases of them. And I've made over, I think, about $300 or $400 on all those. But those removed from my store, when that happens here in the next month, then our ASP is going to go up big time because of that. I'm not listing any small quantity.
How many more do we have left?
We have 10.
Wow.
So, yeah, it depends on what you wanted. I mean, you can list to a number if you want, but I really feel like getting away from that mindset. You hear people talking about, I listed 100 items a day or 200 items a day. You feel really inadequate when you're like, wow, I only listed 20, right? But how much money did they list in those 200 items? Travis in Dallas says, if eBay has 655 million visits a month, how are they doing 2 billion transactions a day? I don't know. I can't vouch for those numbers. I really can't. And now, maybe they're saying that each buyer is buying multiple quantity. Maybe we're talking about 655 unique visitors, but maybe they're visiting multiple times. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd have to look at those numbers. Samantha Hunter says, woo, made it. Good evening, all. John and Jenna, how are you? Pets and family well? I am okay. Look good, John and Jenna. I'm going to read the forward and return to chat. Well, thank you. Nice to see you, Samantha.
Yes.
Everything's good. We're all good. Jules says, "Happy Monday, John and Jenna. Glad to hear your sales were good this weekend."
Yes, thank goodness.
Yeah, and it's just now getting to a point where sourcing for me still isn't where I want it to be. Now for liquidation, this
I
is
think it
where
will,
things
though.
get better. So
Yes.
let's just hope that it does.
Yeah, this happened last year, and I just truly feel like in the next week or even 2 weeks, it'll be in full force. Like, you'll be able to get what you need.
Yeah. Devon says, "Please smash the thumbs up." Yes, please do that, guys. And smash it once. Don't do it an even number of times. Southern Vermont Vintage. Beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you start. I like that. Ghost Picker. Not sure if anyone agrees, but sourcing items like always one thing that we do have control over the year.
You need to start over, please.
Not sure if anyone agrees, but sourcing items like always.
You're adding items, and that's not even in that word.
What did I say?
Sourcing seems like always one.
I said that.
I know you keep
Not
adding...
sure if anyone agrees, but sourcing seems like always one thing that we do have control over the years. It has definitely changed and seems to be more relationship than choosing a garage sale.
Chasing a
garage. Would you like to read? Seriously. This shit ain't easy, especially when you guys are sending over War and Peace for your comments. It's like, let's maximize out the chat. I wonder how this stuff locks up on me. It's like, okay, it's locking up because they're getting into novel mode.
Don't blame them for your inability to read.
Samantha Hunter says, "Well said, John. Your forward take is very good reflection. Thanks for the snap it out, fog, and concentrate on what's doable."
That's
Thanks. And see, this chat jumps. It's the War and Peace novels that are doing this, I swear. Heavy Chevy guy, they took your shower seat for a test drive.
They sure did.
And guess what? They're gonna if they're any good with math, they're gonna be like, wait, it's gonna cost me $20 to ship this thing out. I guess we're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
We're gonna put this in our dining room because we ain't paying another $20 to get $20 back.
No, that's terrible.
That's why because there's two people who've opened a return on the teal ones, and guess what? One's already been timed out, where they said, looks like we have no record of them shipping it back. And the other one is very close to being timed out as we speak. Should be like in the next day or two. We're going to get this thing, a message saying they got till tomorrow. Buyers until January 7th to ship this item back.
Is that at midnight or what time?
I don't know, but they ain't shipping it by now. They've had 20-something days by now. They ain't shipping it back, and it's because they don't want to pay $20 to get $20 back. Only the people who don't understand that math are going to ship it back. Duncan, the return for hit the like really works.
It really did.
It did. Spam is shower shitter. Yes. Kevin is in hiding. He says, "Good evening," but we have no idea where he is or if he's okay. So hopefully you're fine.
Warm, Kevin.
Beard says, "I'm not using OBS, too old to learn, but it is so, once you get the hang of it, you're like, why didn't I do this before? Because it's so customizable. There's things we even haven't messed with yet that
Ooh, I got a sale.
Do. And in fact, I know one thing I can
do.
I think I can make this background like moving. That might wig me out a little bit. I don't know. Sensible Shoes. I just had a buyer cancel an order right after I printed the label.
Oh.
Luckily, I caught it in time. Have you ever a buyer cancel an order while it was in transit? And if so, how does eBay handle that? So if a buyer, well, they're going to ask you if you want to cancel. Let's say your mailman picked that up. You can go in and say decline, because you're given the option to decline the cancellation, and then they immediately want you to provide a tracking number. So fine, provide the tracking number. And that's exactly what I would do. And in fact, if you've already gone through the trouble of packing it up and printing the label, I probably would still decline it and upload the tracking number by that point. But that's just me. Rhiannon's with us. We're working and lurking. But hello, J&J and FAE fam.
Hello,
nice to see
hello.
you. Patricia, NP, did you ever find out why listings disappear? I just started going through my inventory and I'm already down about 10%. That's a really good question. People have always theorized, well, maybe it's because eBay deems your item as a stale, undesirable item. I don't know. We know that there's glitches on eBay constantly, so it could be that.
It's just a server.
Yeah, it's just a
Just
theory.
the server.
It's my tinfoil hat. But yeah, there's a little tin in this in this A, I think.
I think there's a little tin in here.
Yeah, it could be. But in reality, it's just probably a glitch. Or I think one thing that I've seen, if you had someone buy something and then cancel, and then you tell eBay to relist it, for whatever reason, it doesn't work, it fails, you think it's listed, it's not there, and it's been sitting on your shelf this whole time unlisted. So that could be
That's
it as
happened
well.
to us so many times.
Wolfman's Goodies says, howdy, everyone.
Howdy,
Wolf,
howdy.
How you doing? Howdy, hamburgers.
Howdy hamburgers.
Yes.
Bean nudes.
How about a bean hamburger? I don't think
Ew.
they make them. Big Dre.
Yes, they do actually.
Do they make bean
Yes.
hamburgers?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Big Dre says, I'm back in business. I got a tablet from T-Mobile for $36 a month that has a data plan, phone number, insurance, and connects to my printer. So this will be my backup from now on. Also a tax write-off. There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
We love tax write-offs.
I like technology. I like shiny new toys. Not this microphone though. It sucks bad.
And what's the brand name of it, honey?
It's fine. Just leave it alone. It's
fine.
It's
It's not fine.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Basket noodle, 14 degrees here.
Oh, 14 degrees? Oh my God, I would die.
We got a guy named Will. He loves buses and trains, and he says it's very cold in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
I
I sure
bet.
hope you've got a fire going and
UK is like Seattle, though. I mean, year round, it's cold, cloudy, rainy. Yeah, if you like that kind of thing. Brent says, AI is crazy. I agree. I used ChatGPT last week to develop a Pinterest marketing strategy to get my Depop shop to $1,500 a month. It literally told me how many pins to post daily and items.
yeah.
There's people right now who will go on to ChatGPT, Gemini, or I like to use Grok, whatever you like, and ask it to write up people do like books, and they'll have it write up a book, and they will then copy and put it over to like Word, and then they'll publish it onto Amazon and make money.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I just feel like it's not authentic. Like there has to be some humanization in there somewhere.
Well, I don't know. I was trying to do I went down a rabbit hole with this music thing with AI. I even tried to take some of my artists, and you can upload their music and it'll like train their voice and try to make a replica of their voice, and then you can upload a song, which I had AI make, and have them sing it. And I was even messing with it, trying to get Snoop Dogg in there, right? And Snoop Dogg sounded bad.
I wanted
like, that
Tupac so
yeah,
bad.
it wasn't going to sound like him at all.
Yeah.
It's
Or
just that the
Dr. Dre.
technology isn't quite there yet. Callie Deb says it's 71 degrees here in Burbank.
71? See?
Let's see. Short Devon says we missed the Arctic plunge. It's 46 degrees.
46.
Yeah. Andre Squaw says it's 45, and we have SCG Collectibles, 22 degrees, feels like 4.
Oh, gosh.
Wow. 30 in Alabama.
Woo!
Feels like 14. This sucks, only getting colder till next Monday. And that sucks even if you have nothing to cover your head. I sent you a Canadian beanie.
When?
I think I sent him that Canadian beanie. He says he never got it, but I know
I
we
don't
put it
know
in
that
his.
he did,
Or did we
because
send
he
it to
wouldn't.
Josh? We sent it to one of those two. But you need a beanie on your head because it's going to be cold on that. You have no hair to keep you warm. Joni says, Happy Monday, FAE fam.
Get him a wig.
Jenna Scott has 30% hearing loss, so the TV is very loud in our house.
I'm sorry.
You had read that earlier, but I didn't realize it was Beard.
You mean?
I didn't know if Beard's the one with the hearing loss.
Yeah.
Joni says, I'm really wanting snow.
I will take snow for one day.
Just bring it.
Just one day.
Just bring the snow.
And then it can just melt away.
Let's see. So the Vermont says 82 Honda Civic Green Standard. There you go. Some people are still driving that very car right now.
Yeah.
Joe Samard, 59 in NorCal and sunny.
59.
And
and sunny. That's
Devon's
shocking.
was a POS Dodge Colt. Caught on fire.
Oh, no.
But you didn't have a Pinto hatchback convertible with the flammable gas tank in the back, right?
Scott had a land barge.
What the hell is that?
What the hell is
that
that?
like the original Land Rover? 1973 Ford LTD, turd brown with the vinyl top. Why is it that brown cars and orange
What
cars
the
were
heck?
like really hot in the
They
70s?
were back
I don't
in
understand. Must have been all the drugs they were doing back then. Joni says, we only have 2 neighbors and a heck of a lot of planes.
the day. Okay, see, and but your neighbors aren't like ours, where they're like literally you could pass them, a beverage through the window. I mean, ours is a little bit different because we're in a corner lot, so our house is not tilted, is turned, whatever. We're in a corner, so our house has got a good spacing away from the other people. But others are too close.
Baskin says, I had a 72 Malibu. We used to drag race at the strip.
Wow.
What strip? Not the Las Vegas strip. Junk Trader, Anissa, Jenna, don't you worry. You scream when you need to or want to. I just, there's people, believe it or not, they'll be like,
just forget that
why is she screaming? They'll put in the comments, why is she screaming?
you have to keep this in mind. I know this is I'm only going to say it one time. I have a hearing problem.
Oh, okay, Scott.
And so I cannot hear the sound the volume that I hear is lower than what you all hear. I don't feel like I'm being loud.
I'll give you some death threats.
Yeah.
Flipping from the trailer, 1978 VW Scirocco.
What the heck is that?
Wish I had it back. SEG Collectibles. I guess I was lucky. My first car I paid for on my own was in high school. 1970 Barracuda Turquoise.
Wow.
The hell?
That's a cool color.
Chastity. My first hoopty was a 1980 something Ford Festival. Had to learn to drive a manual for that one.
So did I. So fun fact is, yes, my first vehicle was a 1982 Toyota 4x4. But it was a manual, and I had to learn how to drive it the same night that I bought it, and it was pouring down rain. And I had to figure out how to drive it in the puddles and the mud.
So Susan, the She Shed Shopper, says, Happy New Year. Wishing you all 2025 blessed with good health and great sales.
Well, thank you. Same to you. Happy New Year.
Jovial, my first hoopty was supposed to be a 72 Nova. POS was a Fred Flintstone's car. Lift the floor mats so you could see the ground. No power steering.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine that?
That sounds so dangerous.
But you know what? If you ever needed someone to help you push the car, they didn't have to get out. Ghost Picker, I appreciate the obvious effort you put into the outro. Great job.
Oh, cool.
Well, hopefully everyone likes it. Henri Squaw, I had a Pontiac Catalina. Is that the hoopty? I don't know. Anything in the 70s is a hoopty.
70s is just, that was a while.
I mean, if you have 60s and 50s, that's kind of cool, even though it's older. But 70s, I don't remember too many 70s cars that were kind of like considered
my
cool.
mom and dad had this. It was a Gran Torino, and it was booger green. It was the most embarrassing car we ever had.
Well, at least booger green's better than baby shit green.
It was like, I mean, baby shit, booger. I don't know what the difference would be.
Susan Phelps says, "Hey, FAE family, nice
Hello,
to see you."
Susan.
The Oreo show says, "I bought 35 vintage horses. Do you think it'll sell on eBay or Poshmark?"
I sure hope they're not live horses.
So like to know more about it, but 35 vintage horses would probably do well on eBay
or Etsy.
Maybe even Etsy. I was thinking of that. Mm-hmm. Poshmark, maybe not so much.
Yeah, we've had some figurines on Poshmark for probably 3 years now, and
we still have the 2 figurines.
Yes, they're still.
Oh no,
there.
the 1 figurine. I think.
No, it's in a group of 2.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere. We thought we went to a yard sale, and they're like, "Yeah, it's my sister's, and she passed away, and we don't know what these are." And I'm like, "Oh, well, they're like $2 each," and they had like on the bottom they're like a numbered lot. Like, oh crap, and they're vintage. It's like, oh, we can pick these up, and
yeah.
They didn't do so hot.
No,
Steve,
they're still sitting there.
Steve Franco's, is it worth trying to sell a heavy gold necklace on eBay?
Of course.
If it's real?
As long as it's real.
If it's not, if it's like, electroplate, then maybe not so much. But someone like me won't be able to tell you, but eBay can tell you. If you go in and pull up comps for that, I'm sure you'll know, right? See, that's the thing I do. Whenever I'm looking to list something, I'll have 2 categories. Is it worth time on the main store, or do I need to maybe sell it on the secondary store, because almost everything that I don't list on the main goes in the secondary store, and I don't even care at this point. So either Terapeak, it's a good place to look, but you got to be specific. And if you're not getting enough results, you need to bring down the number of words you're using in your search. Whereas eBay search, it'll just try to decipher what the hell you're talking about. And look for solds. Look at the solds, the 90-day solds. That's a good starting point to see if your item has any kind of value. SCG Collectibles, I don't have that option. I must suck.
For the
report. Yeah. No, it's...
Yeah, why is that?
Not every... It's beta. It's still beta. Oh. And, I mean, everything... Why is it that they'll beta test us all, every single one of us, on a new feature without telling us, but they'll only beta test certain people when it's kind of a cool thing we want? Mike says, my favorite photo in the outro was with Jenny in swinging chair from the Reseller Rally apartment in Ohio. She had such a happy smile.
That was cool. It was
the Airbnb.
A wicker, hanging chair that was hanging from the rafters in the Airbnb that we were staying in. Don't expand.
I got it now.
He was being very rude.
She was swinging in this chair, and it's attached to 2 hooks in the ceiling. And I show her swinging in the chair, and I pan up to that, and I pan back down, and I go, uh-oh.
Such a dick.
Maybe I'll have to include it in one of the outros. Big Dre says, I picked up a 36-inch JVC CRT TV and a 26-inch RCA CRT TV Saturday off the street. Now my kids are playing old school games on it. Comps are $300 and $500, and shipping's expensive.
Yeah.
So you may... Now, it sounds like those comps are probably free ship. Now, if you use the eBay shipping calculator, if you have a box for it, maybe you have to go buy a box, but get an idea of how big it's going to be and how much weight. And you'll find that it's probably best to just put it up on Marketplace or something local. Southern Vermont says those doors were so heavy and so big in that car.
All of those cars.
Yeah.
They were all real. They're not made out of flimsy little, plastic like they are now. They're heavy duty.
Devon says, getting high, who may never... Bearded Picker says, eBay messaging system has been non-functional all day. And you know what? I had a problem, and I was kind of ticking me off. I was listing a variation listing, and I was trying to... I upload the photos for each item, and I try to go in there and crop them out, but it wouldn't let me even have the option to do anything. I click on the photo like I used, like you're able to, and it just kind of hung there. So I had to go in and edit the photos before I put them on eBay. I don't know if it was just from the variation listing, but it wasn't working properly. Basket Noodle says 35,000, and that's about 800 items. Feel like it's a drip. No, that sounds about right. That's pretty good. I think if I had 800 items, I'd be around 45, 46. So that's not bad. It's not bad.
You said I hate...
I didn't do that. You know that. I didn't do that. It goes to the bottom on its own. I hate listing. I'd rather suck shock absorbers. Beard says, John feels inadequate. Well, I ain't perfect, that's for sure. Susan says, it'll be in the 20s in Southeast Texas.
Yeah, Tyler sent me a screenshot of his forecast.
Yeah?
Oh my gosh.
Reading ain't easy, trust me.
It's gonna be cold in Texas.
YouTube it ain't easy. That's a fact right there. It's sort of unsettling. I mean, some people might be able to get through like 5 or 10 minutes with the camera on, but then after that, it's like, what the hell am I talking about? And I'm sure there's a lot of people.
It will fit in the kitchen sink.
What? Oh, their toilet seat. Andy says, all I have to say is rural. I think I said that just fine. Thank you very much. That message was brought to you by Hooked on Phonics.
33 degrees.
Southern Vermont Vintage. Maybe it'll fit in the sink. I don't know. Imagine that. Like, honey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm in the kitchen taking up. SCG Collectibles. John needs Hooked on Phonics for his next birthday.
He really does.
Hey, it's not easy. I'm sorry too. Never Too Old says, good to catch one of your lives. Cheers. Well, awesome. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And I just haven't put the soundbite in, David. But thanks for being here. Increased dollar amount steadily equals more dollars per day. Yes.
Maybe he doesn't want you to do that.
Oh, that's gonna be
soundbite.
cool. I'm gonna get one from like
But
Snoop
what if
Dogg.
he doesn't like it?
I think he'll tell you if he doesn't like
That's
it.
what I want to know, David. He's planning on doing Snoop Dogg.
So Beard, directly from War and Peace, has written this. Selling on eBay involves listing items, setting competitive prices, and managing shipping logistics. Effective marketing, including high-quality photos and detailed descriptions, is crucial, says Grok. Yes, and it's kind of what I just said. But basket noodle OBS equals obstructive bowel syndrome. Learn how to use it. Well, this OBS Studio works better, I think, right now. Yes,
Dr.
there's some
basket noodles.
There is some prep time involved when you're setting up the lives now. But look, I ain't paying a monthly fee, so hey, that's more money for me. Devon says my son is home for one more week. So excited.
Woo! 1 more week. That's awesome.
SCG says not tinge and aluminum foil in there.
Yeah.
David Kelber says I had a buyer wanting to cancel 5 minutes after I dropped off at the post office.
Wow.
Told them sorry, too late. eBay stood up for me on it. Customer left positive review after receiving the item.
Yeah.
And I hear from so many people that they ship it even if it's not packed up and the label run. They decline it real quick, run a label, and upload the tracking, and they ship it out anyway. So many people say they do that, and they never get it back. They never get it returned open.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying I can't say never, but they usually don't. They usually don't.
Here, that has happened with us several times, where it's in the pile to be shipped, and I'm processing, and we get a cancellation. I just ship it anyway.
Devon says I have a shipping question. How come when I change the shipping price, eBay does not? Well, that's a good question. You're talking about like on a fixed price. That's a good question, and it could very well may be that you have a shipping policy that's shared by other listings, and if you send an offer on one of the listings that shares that shipping policy, it's not going to change the policy at all. That could be because you can't change anything for the listing that has an offer out. I don't know. That's a good question. But I do calculate it, so it changes for the buyer quite often. -30 in Canada.
Oh my goodness! I sure hope you guys have one of those stoves.
This is Beard just trying to test me. He's trying to test me. In the realm of e-commerce, one must engage in the meticulous art of vendition on platforms like eBay, where the concatenation of one's merchandise must be juxtaposed with an aesthetic. And that is what happens when you cross Bearded Picker, AI, and Basket Noodle. You must have got with Basket Noodle to come up with that one.
We know that that's not the way Beard speaks.
And can you imagine that sentence with a southern accent?
Yeah.
No one would understand what the hell we're talking about. Andrew Martin says, "What's up? Hope you all are doing well." Well, thank you for being here, Andrew. Nice to see you. Cool. Jovial says, now if John would have bought pink Fafa Fine microphone, it probably would have worked. Oh no, is Jenna getting a microphone for her birthday?
No, not for my birthday. This is a work business edition.
That thing's going back. As soon as we hit end on this show, that thing's getting unpacked. As it was when I plugged this thing in, it changed the settings on my system, and it turned off.
Took out all the sound.
It turned off my sound. It says do not use this, and I had to go in and dig into the settings, and it turned off.
That should have been your first.
Oh my goodness.
Your first clue.
Well, at least it's working now.
So if I would have got the pink one, I bet you it would have worked.
No, no, you'd have been disappointed that it still didn't work, and it was pretty. No one can see it, so who cares? Nobody can see it. It's a wacky looking microphone. Ping says 67 degrees, and
it's about to fall.
That's great. Thanks for playing with it. Ping G says 67 degrees in Anaheim. Susan had a 69 Chevy Impala. And Andrew Martin says, I was under the impression you couldn't receive negative feedback from an international sale, especially since eBay refunded them without even notifying me. I didn't even know something was wrong. I would dispute that. And if your dispute gets shot down, I would contact them because in their own policy, it does make mention that if you're shipping it now, if it's eBay international shipping where you're shipping it to eBay, eBay gets it, they slap their label on it, they ship it to the customer internationally. Once it gets in their hands, it's out of your hands, and they should eat the negative, they should eat the return process and handle all that. But if you were the one that ran the international label and bypassed the eBay international shipping program, there's no protections there for you. So you could get hit with that. Silver Hair says, beard is Mr. Warmth. Yes, but not on his head. His top of his head is very cold. His jaw is very warm from all that hair. Jenny Z. Fradley says
It's
18. Johnny Z. Fradley says 18% here in Lebanon, Missouri.
Wow, you guys, I really hope you guys all have like stoves and your heaters are all working up to par.
Yeah. And a translator for me, right? The Oreo Show says, come to Canada, LOL. Devon says,
Only when we become the 51st state, or when you become the 51st state.
Because I don't know. I mean, I would rather, I think right now, after what I've heard about Canada, I would rather go to Mexico and like run from the cartels than to go to Canada. Because there's like things you can't say. I mean, you can't, it's like you can get, I don't know. I don't think I want to go there. I don't think they want me there either. Devon says, we have a girl that makes Bitcoin songs in AI. It's pretty cool. Interesting. Basketball, we've all had 4 seasons, so it's not so bad. Yeah, wait till the summer comes. You ain't going to have 120-degree heat like we're going to have.
Yeah.
Samantha, Happy New Year, Ping. Your temps out west sound lovely. They are. California winters are awesome. That's why people live out. A lot of people live out there. And they'll put up with all the crap and the high taxes and the just the nonsense to live out there.
BS.
Larry, way out. We have 11 inches of snow, and it's not going to be above freezing for a week.
Oh.
Jenna, you really don't want that.
Like I said, I could not handle a week. I could not handle a whole winter, but I could handle one day.
David's in Cincinnati, and they got 10 inches last night. We love Cincinnati. That area is cool. Beard says, talking to Devon. Ghost Picker, John, since you are an everything seller, do you have parameters as far as when you'd list and relist or cut your losses? Delist and relist to cut your losses, donate, and use the tax write-off. What I do is on the main store, if something's not selling, I then put it over to the secondary store and really lower the prices. I'm trying to move it. It's more of the second store is more of a clearance store, but we're selling things that I would never put on the main. What's so funny?
Jovial. She said unpacked and going back. Thanks for playing with it.
Yeah.
That's what you said to me.
Baskin Noodle, there was the VW Rabbit, Scirocco, and Dasher, all excellent cars. Mike says, shameless plug time. If anyone would like to meet Mary McQueen, my co-host, drop on over to the Soda City Flips Live social tonight, right after the show, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Hope to see you there. Well, awesome.
Mary is it McQueen? McQueen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks like the mail's here. I was getting worried that I was going to have to make a run to the post office. But yeah, go check it out. I'm glad to see that Shane is actually waiting until the live is over with. He was, before at some point, he was going live like an hour into my show, and I'm like, why not just wait? Tina with the Lake Exchange says, evening all, smash that thumbs up. Well, thank you, Tina. And yes, hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button. You're going to get a sale within the next 24 hours. I don't know how it works. It just does. We put that karma out to you guys. Other channels try to replicate it, but don't work like it does here on FAE. Kelly says, hello, John and Jenna. Do you know if AI can make an online store banner? I have tried Canva, and I'm terrible at it. So I tried with AI, I was willing to pay for a program that would take a song and all the like video clips and just like sort of like Apple's Magic Media or something, where it'll take your photos and all your videos that's on your phone and it'll mash together with music, a cool little like 4-minute dealio. And I couldn't find anything that would work. I had to do a lot of this stuff manually. But now as far as making a banner, you can go to Canva, and the only way you're going to be able to make that work if you're trying to do a banner is to maybe take a template that's already made and go in and just change the wording so it's your store and add your photos and stuff into over top of the photos that are there. And that's probably the best way to do it if you don't have a lot of experience with it. Or do a YouTube video or search for a YouTube video, searching for maybe how to make a banner on Canva and just follow that step by step. Nicole Smith says, my first car was from my big brother, 1976, sapphire blue Monte Carlo with swivel bucket seats and Kragers. What is a Krager? I don't know what a Krager is. Samantha Hunter, I wish I could own a Beetle car. It was a dime a dozen back when I was a little girl. Now it's costly. Juanita says, late to the live, watching on replay. I got to put out here, John, maybe the pink mic would have worked better. Just joking. But it's the same brand, right? The same insides and all that. It would have looked prettier to her. It would have cost me double. And the thing would have gone back anyway because nobody can hear her. Or it's an echo. I've got to work on all that. The technical things I got to work out. Nicole says, I have a theory about my listings disappearing off eBay. Wonder if it's because I delete my photos from my phone, which I use for the listing. No, because let's say you make the listing on your phone and you upload your photos into the eBay app. It gets put on a server. So eBay has it. So when and it's like instantaneously, because sometimes I will go on to my phone. I'm sitting here in front of my computer, but instead of sending it over through Dropbox, I have my account here. I just put them on the listing, and even before I go and hit save for later, because I still want to work on the listing on the computer, I go and do a refresh on my screen, and the photos are already there, which means that it's still on your phone, the main photo, the original photo, but eBay has a copy of that on their server, so that can't be it. Devon, I want to sit in a swinging chair. Well, you get to see Jenna sit in a swinging chair here pretty soon. I think it came out really good, but I want your feedback on that when we get done here. Let's see. Chastity got a message on eBay today. It was a buyer canceling an order because her son got a hold of her phone. That excuse irks me. I mean, it could be. Look, you got to know your password, I believe, right? If you're on your phone, but I get passworded all day long when I'm on the PC. It wants me to do CAPTCHA and all that stuff. Find, if I'm on a diet, right? Why would I want to look for the ice cream cone? I'm like, come on, eBay. But nonetheless, I get that all day. There's a series of steps that you have to take to even buy an item, and I don't buy that it's a mistake. But to blame it on your kids, it's like, come on. Ghost Picker, I have a coin shop here where I buy their what they consider scrap gold and sterling, but then resell on eBay as jewelry. Margins are good even after fees. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Awesome. Larry Todd has $30,000 worth of toothbrush holders. Now, I guess the question...
have you sold any?
Boom. I sold those goalie pads.
Yes!
I sold...
It's like, what, $200?
I sold these goalie pads for $179 plus shipping. And we must have made like you probably don't see that here. We must have made about $700 on that entire lot. That's what it is right there. Oops.
You're welcome.
And that's the lot that we bought at a yard sale for $200 something. We got 2 pairs of skates. We've got 2 complete sets of goalie leg pads, the blockers, the gloves, even a pair of goalie pants for it was like $220 or something like that. And I know just that one sold for $179, so it was definitely a hit. Now, will we buy them again?
It says a return was delivered. No, it wasn't.
What? Well, it could have been delivered to the mailbox.
Well, why wouldn't he just hand it?
I don't know. It happens a lot. Nicole says we got about 8 inches of snow in Indianapolis yesterday. Gail wants to know: is anyone else reading messages in eBay?
Having trouble?
Probably. No, I'm having trouble reading your chat, so it's probably not just you. Larry Todd, Devon only eclipsed by my 34,000 in Band-Aids. You're really killing it over there with with the toiletries. Richard says 20 with a real feel of 4 in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania.
Oh, brr.
That's the Poconos.
God, just talking about it.
You know the
makes my
hideaways?
bones hurt.
A bag of Franks and a big pack of Frito-Lays. That's Public Enemy. Talking about the Poconos. David Dogie. John will amaze us, I'm
Not
sure.
doggy. It's
Dog.
dog.
Yes. Thanks for catching that. You thought it was Dogie before.
No, I didn't.
Jovial says, for me, when the edit picture click doesn't work, use the pen icon in the upper right-hand side of that picture. That or exit out of the listing and back again. I tried everything. Nothing was... It was... Because you could click on the photo and it'll show the little menu of different things you can do to it. It was stuck there. It wouldn't let me do anything. Devon, calculate shipping. Wolfman...
Yeah, so she's trying to say, what if she's doing calculated shipping, her previous question was, why isn't eBay changing the price?
Again, I don't know. It's probably a glitch. I can only think it's probably a glitch because...
You're on a bad server, Devon. Bad server.
It's probably a glitch somehow. I would end... If you're getting that, if it's not correct, end it and sell similar and see if that helps. American Legend, no sales after a month now. I've tried everything I can think of to try.
Oh, wow.
No, you haven't. Because all you got to do is send me an email at flippingainteasy2020@gmail.com and I can try to help you. Doesn't mean I'm going to fix your sales, but maybe we can see what's happening. And it could be step one. Step one is where, we have people that tell me all the time, I've tried everything and I can't sell my items. Well, go back to step one. And I don't even know what you sell, but chances are you're not selling the right thing. That's just my thoughts. Anissa, my dad had a 70-something El Camino, complete with fur inside, that I proceeded to sink my teeth into the dashboard several times. Damn.
What the heck? Why
Um,
were you eating the dashboard?
is he that bad of a driver?
Yeah.
No seatbelt? That'll do it. Jerry Johnson says, finally I made it to the live. We had 14 degrees below this morning. Below zero.
14 below?
Zero. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Building snowmen and that sounds great. Andrew Martin says, yeah, it was through the international program and now the feedback slipped through. I called them and they acted ignorant about it, asking me if I received the item back, LOL. Go through I know it's still through, no matter what they tell you, it's still through AI, but go through the automated feedback removal process. Make mention that they did use the international shipping program and that it should have been removed. And if they still deny it, call in and get someone from the dispute department. They will hopefully, hold on, let me see if I can pull this up while we're on here. Hopefully they can take care of it for you. Sometimes you have to call in to get feedback removed. And sometimes I think it's worth it to get it removed. eBay International Shipping Program. I'll kind of look for it as we go. Larry Todd says, Anissa chewed dashboards. No wonder. That ain't right.
That's mean.
Let's go to it real quick here. So, benefits of eBay International Shipping. As well as making your items visible to buyers in almost 200 countries, there are several other benefits of using eBay International Shipping. When you ship international using eBay International Shipping, you're responsible for sending the item your buyer purchased safely to the U.S. shipping hub. If a buyer reports that an item was lost or damaged during international shipping or is damaged at the hub, we'll work with the buyer to resolve the problem. You are protected from the obligation to refund the buyer, eBay money-back guarantee cases, payment disputes, open not as described returns, and negative or neutral feedback related to handling during international shipping. Now, I guess that last part is key. So it depends, I guess, on what they're saying in their feedback. So maybe you can maybe give me some more information. But I think just make reference. I would still try, even if it's like this item is red and it should have been green. Well, maybe it's going to stick. But other than that, see what the feedback says. What else we got here? See if I can get to some more comments. Big Dre shipped out a windbreaker today that was an international sale. There you go. Andrew says they said they would take off the feedback, which they usually do, but it's still up. may have been a Richard.
I may have.
You might have been Richard. Yeah, it's okay. You might have to call them again. You know, it is frustrating
Well,
when you're
how
dealing with
long
reps.
ago was it? Because doesn't it take some time to come off?
They usually tell you 48 to 70, 48 to 72 hours, something like that. But usually when you use the tool, I'd go on and use the tool. It's 8 hours when you use the tool, and you'll get an answer either way. Chances are you got a rep that just didn't follow through with what they said they were going to do. Jerry Johnson, we have about 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Ooh.
And Dre's been really bad with listing consistently lately, but the sales are still coming. Yeah, get consistent. I am going to take half a day off on Wednesday, and I'm going to go hit the ball around because we have nice weather, 60-degree weather. Just love it.
No, that's not why.
Well, I got new shiny golf clubs. I got a driver.
What he got for Christmas. That's
Yes.
what he got for Christmas.
Yes. Well, what it was, I got another set of clubs. They're used, which I picked out, but I didn't like them at all, and I returned them. They have like a 30-day play it in return policy, and I found these clubs brand new. PXG is the brand. If you see those, grab them. They're good to resell. But PXG, brand new, custom fit for the same price is what I bought the used ones for. So I just got them on Sunday, and I'm like, ooh, I want to go hit these. Paul Rose says, below freezing and snow here. I'm not into it.
Oh.
That'd be fun.
No.
Tactical Z says, hello, everyone.
Hello, Tactical Z.
Jerry says, okay, I'm talking to Gail. Tina says, Nana Tink did a tutorial video on Canva. Might check that out. I have no idea who Nana Tink is, but I'm sure she knows more about it than I do. We've got Tommy Z. Hello, Faves.
Tommy Z.
Thank you for the live. Well, thank you for being here. It's awesome that you're here.
Well, no, you're down.
It did? Okay,
Yeah.
well, there it is. Susan, I test all my jewelry, acid test, as well as gem tester.
Oh, nice.
It's awesome. I've never been tested for acid.
Kragers are fancy rims.
Oh, okay. Andy Reno says, I was talking to one of the tour guides in the Bahamas. When we were there, they said it only changes 18 degrees between summer and winter.
Wow.
That's the cool thing about living in the tropics or a tropical climate. Like Southern California is, I think it's more of a tropical place to live. Beard says, Kragers were a brand of car rims in the 70s. But I don't know anything about it. Chris is with us. That buy is still paying off, huh? What up, guys?
Sure is.
Yeah, it's still paying off, but... Or you could say, damn, it took you that long to sell it.
Yeah.
We had them since, like, what? October. That was the day you were there with us. Yeah.
When he was here.
Yeah, and we've had those for the longest time. I can finally... Oh, we got a shower shitter. I have a shower shitter here. Okay, I found a teal shower shitter. That's it right here. They bought these. And this is the one where I did a video where we used the... that stuff to pull off the dirt. Beard had it. Damn LTD. No Kragers or Kragers. Here we go. Susan wins. She had the Ford Pinto hatchback convertible. Junk Trader. Poconos is where my parents went for their honeymoon.
Oh.
Samantha has a question. How do you price your pre-owned items? Any questions would be appreciated. Well, there's one...
Suggestions.
Yes. What did I say?
You're just changing every word.
What did I say?
You said questions.
I want questions. Anyway, nonetheless,
You're gonna roast me after we end the show. Sorry.
I know
already
she picks on me all the time, and
I
she
do,
loves
because
it because she has an audience that's on her side almost every time that'll root her on.
You just change the words. I don't understand how you
Because
change
my mind
them.
and my eyes are going two different speeds. I'm trying to read them fast.
Slow down.
I can bore everyone by saying, how do you price your pre-owned items? And we get people that would turn away going, this sucks. So I got to get through these comments and questions as fast as I can because we're an hour and a half in.
15 minutes on it.
But I need to give you that because you questioned me. But nonetheless, Samantha has a valid question.
Yes.
It's not based on what I bought them for. It's not based on, what Walmart, I'm not saying you sell things from Walmart, but I'm just using that as a generic example. What the store sells them for.
Well, some people do sell things from Walmart.
I understand, but I'm not saying that she sells things from Walmart. I'm just using a bad example. It doesn't matter what they sell for at the store. the market is, if you're on eBay, the market is eBay. And you go into your solds, you even go into Terapeak and find what they've sold for. And you can also go to Terapeak to go over the last 3 years and say, wow, that item used to sell for 200, but now it sells for 150. And you can see how the market's changed. So make sure you're using your tools, and that's one way to do it. Look at the 90-day solds, and to get a broader picture, look at the what Terapeak has to say. Andrew says, hey John, are you an Angels fan? I acquired something extremely rare from my wife's estate. Great friends with Gene Autry. It's a 1961 expansion team, first year press only pin. Can't find another like it. I am an Angels fan. I don't have the nostalgic feelings about the original Angels. I mean, they were the first LA baseball team that played there before the Dodgers did, so they're the original LA team. But as far as knowing values and stuff, maybe you just wait till baseball season starts and put it up on auction. That's kind of what I would do. Find a price you'd be comfortable with. Don't start it at 99 cents because you might get that one person. Find a price you're comfortable with taking as your lowest point, and then start off that auction and see what you're going to get. We had a super chat for Jenna. Team Jenna is Larry Todd. See, he holds against me the whole Larry Todd thing. See, and
Well, because you keep calling him
that's
that.
why it sticks.
Yeah.
Because there's no Team John
He's
here.
Todd, not Larry.
But
Don't you read the
I do.
the chat on?
I do.
What is that thing?
Let's see what else we have here. I'm trying to get through the comments.
Thank you, Todd.
Yes, thank you for that. They're very nice of you. Devon's talking to someone else. Trying to get through. Junk Trader, don't worry. I've been paid back times 1K. What did you get paid back for?
You're skipping them, so how would we know?
I'm trying to get down to where I was at. But Brandy's with us.
Brandy!
Hey, guys. Nice to see you. I was like 4 or 5.
She was like 4 or 5 when she was chewing on the dashboard.
Oh, okay. American Legend, I lowered my prices. I'll email you. Yeah, email me. Let's check it. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. And let's see here quick. I don't know if you're a member. I can't tell. I think you're a member. I'm not sure. We can all, if you want, we can look at your store then too, if you want. Jovial, do you think you were conceived in the champagne glass shaped hot tub? Wow. And I don't think your mom or dad would admit that, would they? Devon says MSU is playing the playoffs tonight. They're undefeated.
Ooh.
What are they playing? I thought football was over with. Isn't football over with? Maybe not. Duncan, if no sales in a month, stop listing those items and list better stuff. I sell as much as I list each day. Yeah. Yes, it's kind of cool to feel like you're in this tug of war with eBay. And I know eBay has no control over it. They're just putting my items out and buyers are buying it. But you get out there and you list, boom, you get a sale. You list, you get a sale. My 180-something item store, as of today, well, on today, is, let's see, go to the overview page, go down to it. And so that is my activity right there for the store. I have a $502 day. So we're dealing with a good run. If I was to go and look at the first week of sales as of compared to the first week last year, it would be total night and day. So sales are looking good, and I'm fired up because of it. Duncan's hungry, Jenna. Which should I order?
Ooh, I'm hungry too.
What do you want to eat?
I don't know.
Susan says, I had a 1969 Barracuda in white, belonged to our neighbor, stored in the garage. That's probably pretty nice. See, 1960s. There's something about a 60s car that's more appealing than a 70s car. It's just me. Tina says, I just had an international sale to France, who's part of the EU. I did not register for that new program, yet eBay still let the item sell. I'm shipping it, and the rest is on eBay. I think you're okay, and that's one of the benefits of shipping by EIS, because they are the ones that hold that hold the number. So if France needs that information, they'll just go to eBay. Now, if you're selling that internationally on your own, I believe you would have had to provide and enroll in that program. David, my brother's 1976 two-door Monte Carlo black and black chrome galore and clean as a pin.
Ooh.
but still doesn't sound as appealing as a 1969 car or a 1960s car. Jules Y75 must be nice to be Duncan. He is my idol, just living vicariously through him. Yeah, because I'm willing to bet all the things that I talked about at the beginning of the show, he's doing almost all, if not all of them, most of them. I'm willing to bet. Andrew says, yeah, it's only been 3 business days now. I'll get back to it in touch tonight for sure. Yeah. Tina says, Green Bay currently 21, feels like 11. No ice or snow, so a typical January day for us.
Oof.
That's awesome.
I don't know how you guys live through that, honestly.
So the question is, will turning on free returns make eBay smile upon me? It might help. You know, you do get a little boost for having free returns, and buyers, if you have a buyer who's contemplating 2 items that are similar and they're not quite sure, the idea of being able to ship it back, no questions asked, without having to pay for the label is a selling point. So certainly. Now, if you have heavy items, you then have to weigh, do I want to take the chance of having to be footing the bill for a $10, $20, $30, $40 return label? So you got to figure that out. Now, I've had items that I've tried to charge shipping for, couldn't sell them. Even if I lowered the price to where the price plus shipping was still what everyone else was selling at free shipping, I couldn't sell it. Then I had to make the decision, do I want to just go ahead and chance free shipping and put my price up to those prices, and that has helped. So you got to be willing to change and do what works. The market's going to dictate most of what you do. Archie, I just learned John speak already. I can translate if anyone needs clarification. Yes, he does understand me a little bit.
Still read that wrong, but that's fine.
He did. I've learned John speak already. I can translate if anyone needs clarification.
But you added words in there.
I didn't add words.
You did.
Rewind it. But nonetheless, I think it's because when I smacked him with the tortilla, it really knocked some sense into him. Royal Glenn, I did receive my payout from eBay today. This is a first. I have a daily payment usually twice on Monday. Just waiting for a call back with the agent. An hour wait, maybe something up. Now, did you do an instant payment? Because it does usually take a day or two to hit your bank, depending on who you bank with. Richard says, we spent our honeymoon in the Poconos 30 years ago. We always said we'd like to move here if we made it to retirement, and we did. There you go.
Nice.
That's awesome. You got to do what you planned on doing. Not many people get to say, some people are still like stuck in the ghetto, or stuck in Las Vegas. We've got people calling when they know I'm alive. I don't know. I just like people forget. I don't know. How can you forget? We talk about it all the time. American Legend, exercised today harder than the last time, and I consumed those calories in an hour.
Well, good for you for exercising.
Yes.
That's something that we certainly need to do.
Terapeak should be available to you if you have a store. If you don't have a store, then it's not going to be available to you, I don't believe. But it is a handy tool. I use it every day when I'm sourcing. And I used to not use it, but I use it this last year more than I ever have. Getting past the sidebar. Devon, I love when you list an item and it sells in 5 minutes. I do.
Those are the best.
And some people are like, damn it, I priced it too low. American Legend, it's weird because these are great items. You would think they're in high demand. I can't wait to see your store. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just can't wait to see, because there's always an answer. Andy says, my first car was a 1965 Chevelle SS 327 4-speed. Wish I had that now. I could retire again. Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not JT says, hello. It's funny, odd that this video popped up when I've been thinking of starting to sell my random things on eBay.
Wow.
Well, not JT. Nice to see you. And flipping ain't easy. It's the truth. So before you get into reselling, do the things, sell the random things around your house. See if it's something that's going to work for you before you go out and buy stuff to make it a part-time gig or a full-time gig. American Legend sells PC components, computers, and accessories. I'm still convinced there's an answer there. There is an answer there. Might be your pricing. Heavy Chevy guy, eBay allowed a guy in Canada to buy my product. Now I can't print a label for him.
I heard there was an issue with, even though Canada is not on strike anymore, I heard that there is still a problem. I don't know what it is. I don't have a solution, but
if Josh was here, he'd be able to tell us. He's dealing with that.
He's busy.
Nicole says, I have a question about cosmetics. I have several new in package CoverGirl foundations that were manufactured in 2019 to 2020. Is it okay to list none have expiration dates?
I have an answer.
What?
I know.
What? Can't believe it.
So, yes, you can sell expired makeup. It must be sealed. So, if the foundation or whatever it is that you're selling, as long as it is sealed, even though it's expired, it can still be sold.
So, Not JT has a question. Any beginner tips for a noob want to sell sports cards, scrap gold, silver coins, and miscellaneous vintagey things? My advice for any new seller is to learn the interface on eBay, whether it's through the app or on the PC, Mac, whatever you're using, and get used to looking at sold. So along the left-hand side on the PC and Mac, there'll be a place where you can click on solds when you're searching for an item, and go in and compare. What are you selling? What does the market or previous solds have to say about your item? And then find those listings, copy the titles, or try to emulate what those sellers are doing with their photos. Same type of photos. Do they have multiple zoom ins? Are they doing more than one photo? You're probably going to be better off with that. But emulate some of these listings and do what the successful sellers are doing. And that's probably the best advice I really can give anyone, not just a new seller, because there's results. The results are in the solds. Those people were successful, and there's even more people that are selling similar items that aren't in the solds because they're doing something that's either the buyer doesn't like or the algorithm doesn't like. Let's see. I'm trying to find it where I was at here. Biscuit Butt, where is just in my sentence? Kevin from South Boston says, I think 12.9 is very greedy. But if you look at it in the scheme of things as compared to the other platforms, it's really not that bad. It's really not. eBay is very reasonable as compared to Amazon or Mercari, Poshmark. So you have to look at it in terms of that. Or if you have your own brick and mortar, it's even worse. American Legend, I have 100% feedback and a couple of buyers failed to leave feedback after asking. Don't ask buyers to leave feedback. Do not ask buyers, because you never know what you're going to get if you ask a buyer to leave any kind of feedback.
Yeah, feedback should be the last thing you ever even think about.
Don't ask them even once. Move on. It's not that big of a deal. It's sort of like subscribers on YouTube. The majority of channels out there only have like 35 to 40% of their viewers subscribed, no matter how many times they ask.
Yeah.
Biscuit Butt says that slap was heard around the world. Yes, I'm sure you felt
it.
And you'll be seeing that slap here in a minute, by the way. American Legend, should I just pay for a store? I'm an individual seller at the moment. I would say if you have at least 100 items in the store, you might want to start considering that. John Gaynor, how are you doing, John? Hi, John and Jenna, or Jen and John. Again, great podcast on Saturday, and hope more people will watch. A guest coming next week. Weather report on East Coast, low 20s and high each day for a week 33. Yes, we're going to have a guest on the Profit Playbook podcast. Can't really talk about it. Just going to have to tune in and see who it is and what we talk about. We haven't recorded it yet, though. Kevin from South Boston, eBay is out of control with the fees. They may be more out of control at some point. At some point down the road, they might be more out of control, that's for sure. But let's not give them any ideas. You just got to build it into your business model. For some, they can't get past like, wow, I got to give 13% of my sales away. And that's even before you promote. But without eBay's platform, how else are you going to move these items? So it's just the cost of doing business. Southern Vermont, there's a mobile home on an acre next door, 20 to 30,000 taxes, 1,000 to 1,500 a year, and he was looking to get out of the ghetto. There you go. Kevin says, I listed 85 items Friday. It took me 3.5 hours in the mobile app. No barcodes. There you go. How much did you list in your store? How much value did you put?
Amount?
Not JT says, my first car was a 1988 Buick Celebrity that would randomly die, but only at intersections. That's no good.
Wait, what? My first car was an 88
Mhm.
Buick. And only died. Oh, you know, my son was having that problem with his car just over the last couple of days, and he fixed it yesterday.
David says, after frivolous buyers cost me money on return shipping, I quit unless it was something cheaper. Or, lighter. Like if it's anything under 3 pounds, we generally will consider free returns. Kevin from South Boston says the USPS and QR code is a game changer, makes shipping super easy. I'll tell you what makes a game changer. Having a good quality thermal label printer, like the Jaden's one, Bluetooth, you can do it through your phone. Don't have to have it connected to your computer like I had with the Rollo. And we have a code down below if you want to go over and get 14% off. If you're looking at that.
I thought you were going to say you should have a quality shipper.
That too?
Who does your shipping like you have.
Yes, thank you very much for doing my shipping. We appreciate you. Tina says, Canada not taking packages just yet from the States. Can't get labels on eBay or pirate ship. Why is that?
Why? What's the delay? I don't know about you, but Canada.
I don't know if
just,
we want. I don't know if we want them anymore as the 51st
yeah,
state.
they sound like they're riddled with issues.
Sorry, if you're in Canada, it's nothing personal, but there's just too many. There's too many things going on there.
Issues here in the U.S. without adding on to the craziness of Canada.
Not JT says, should I increase the price on items to cover fees? Be careful. I mean, you can, but be careful that you're going to price yourself out of the market and you're going to be higher priced than your competition and your items are just going to sit there. So be very careful with that. It's the old adage that I say, and I don't know what you're selling, but buy better. Buy as low as you can. That way you can absorb it into whatever the market's saying that item is worth. I'm trying to find the comments, but the thing puts me to the bottom all the time. Let's see. Kevin says, flipping ain't easy. What's your feedback score? Well, my feedback score on the main account is 5,414, and I'm riding with a 98.4% positive feedback rating, which could be a little bit higher. And looks like the buyers have calmed down a little bit since over the last 2 or 3 months. So let's hope that it'll be closer to 100%, but I don't care about it. Look, there's people that are selling, making a lot of money on eBay that have 97%. Just like every other day they're getting a negative. Yeah. That's not where we're trying to be, but I think with the changes we've made with improving our being proactive with the customer and not just waiting for the customer to contact us, I think that's also helping that situation.
Can you go back up?
Let's see. Samantha, that's Jenna. You just helped me list 5 more items. Yeah.
Oh, for the makeup thing.
Okay.
Yes. Well, Rhonda and I have experience with that question.
There you go, Kevin. That's good. 100% feedback's great. It's not something to lose sleep over if you don't.
Do not. If something makes it to where you're at 99.2, don't lose your mind about it. It's not going to kill your sales. It's not going to change your store. People get so upset over negative feedbacks or even neutrals. It's not something that you need to really put a lot of thought into. Just let it'll roll off in 3 months anyway. So is it 3 months?
No, negative feedback rolls off in a year.
A year, sorry. Well, still.
But
the more you sell, the more that's going to move up.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. It's a good accomplishment if you can keep a clean feedback, but it's not going to make or break you. Samantha, have a good night and enjoy dinner. American Legend says, I'm trying to find your email in the description still.
Oh.
I will put it in the chat. Flippin' ain't easy 2020 at gmail.com, and it's right there in the chat for you. If you can click on that, that'll take you there. Andrew says, if you're newer to eBay, you can always send a little thank you card if you're trying to build feedback. You'd be surprised how many females, I assume, appreciate little things like that. But if you don't get a feedback, don't go fishing for it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't
eBay does it
ask
for you.
For it. Never ask for it, because eBay's going to send them email after email after email until you actually do.
Yeah, Beer says, can't talk about the guest. LOL. Hell, I don't even remember who it is.
I don't remember or know it
Yeah.
either.
This is a guest that Josh is bringing on. So, hey, I trust his judgment.
Okay.
Kevin from South Boston actually found his 1996 eBay account. He recovered an old email and recovered the old eBay account. The new eBay account is 2006. eBay was in the wild, wild west back in the day. I got scammed. Years ago, started an online junkyard for power sports, smaller engines, two-stroke at jet ski, etc. Yeah. Those old accounts, they have experience. I remember the old days where people were sending money in the mail and there was no PayPal. It was quite wild. Biscuit Butt, the guest on PPP is Yoda out there, so John can have him full conversation with him. All right, mister. We got a member here. Someone, American Legend has
subscribed to be.
He is a fan member.
A member.
So, just so you know,
Thank you
Wednesday
so much.
is the day we're going to try to do this, and I've got to. I will be golfing that morning, but I'll come back and be ready to take you guys on at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. If you're a member, you'll be able to join that live and be a part of it. So thank you for being a member. And for all you guys out there, thanks for being a member. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to find this here. Kevin says, today I sell stuff I find in my house and stuff people drop off for me to sell who don't own a computer. That's cool. I personally would run as far as I could away from consignment, selling for other people. With returns, giving the buyer 30 days to return an item. You sold an item for $100. Let's say your cut is half or whatever it is. You pay that person, and here comes the return, and now you're on the hook for refunding all of it. The whole thing, it just sucks.
Yeah, but maybe they're just giving it to him and he just sells
Oh,
it.
that's cool too. My wearing makeup expired probably in the mid 90s. The black nail polish and eyeliner really brought out my blue eyes. So
Paul, I could see that from you.
You're goth. Flipknit says no better investment than a thermal printer.
No.
Yes.
Or a paper tape machine.
Yes, and mine is supposed to come today. Where's it at? That one I bought is supposed to. Maybe it'll be here tomorrow, but it's got to be here this week. I've got to go check it out and see if there's a delay in the shipping, but we'll see. I bought it for $200, parts or repair, knowing that at least they said it wasn't tested, right? So fine. If it's not tested, knowing I could take the parts out of it and sell it. So either way. Peter, I put my store off on 20% off in addition to promoted listing fees and had one of my best months ever. In total, items sold in sales, so could care less about the fees. Yes, so it's like the whole old adage, stepping over $1 to pick up a quarter. I think a lot of us are leaving money on the table if we refuse to use promoted listings. Yeah, don't use priority mail, but promoted listings, because that's what eBay is set up to do. It's a way to make them money, and of course they're going to promote your items in front of more buyers. Can you sell without promoted? Of course you can, but I really think for most categories you're going to do better if you're promoting versus if you're not. Beer says shipping is easy. Pink microphones ain't easy.
That's true. Although I don't have a pink microphone, so I wouldn't know.
It ain't easy. Tina says Canada Post is trying to catch up with their own stuff. Will be interesting now that their prime minister stepped down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Let's see. New York says I shipped a package to the EIS hub going to Canada. They've received it and sent it on its way.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Nice.
Not JT says got your first time catching your stream. Appreciate the feedback. New sub. Well, thank you for subbing. And
awesome.
We do this, just so you know, we do this every Monday and Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, like clockwork. There are times where we miss, but not often. Jules says feed is on fire tonight. Poor John. I know, it's like a lot of people commenting, but it's cool. Kevin says every time I'm scammed, it's for computer memory that wasn't expensive to begin with, and I was trying to make an extra buck. They always claim they didn't receive it.
Go back. What did Jovial say?
Took 43 days to ship an item to Canada last month.
Oh.
But that's the thing.
43
If you're
days.
if you're in constant communication with your buyer, things like that are easier to handle. But if you ship something and you never communicate, the buyer's like, "Where the hell is my package?" Right? The buyer has to go and do the homework, click on the tracking, and if you're the seller that's like, "Hey, it's delayed. Don't worry about it. It'll be there." Usually, most people are kind of cool about it. Andrew Martin's only reason I was bothered a bit about my feedback is because I had just got back to 100% after 3 years. There you go. Do what you can to maintain it. And good customer service. As you build up your account, I think buyers will appreciate when they click on your feedback to see what issues you have that you don't have hardly any, if none. And it makes the apprehension of buying online, because buyers are worried. It's like sellers. We're worried about being scammed. Buyers are also worried about getting scammed. And in fact, a lot of buyers don't really understand or appreciate the amount of buyer protection they have, that if we had half of that protection as a seller, we would be pretty happy about it. Kevin says, I was scammed by a company that receives packages for the purpose of shipping it to a third world country. They have a USA mailing address, then they forward to a customer. They scammed me. Yeah, the third party shippers, the freight forwarders, it sucks, right? But it's the cost of doing business. I hate to say it, people hate me for saying it, but if you sell enough items, those won't sting as much. Andrew says, absolutely 100%, just a blank pre-made thank you card. Yep, there you go. And we were designing some.
That's what we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we just got our wacky stickers.
Lame. We
These
got
suck.
the most lame stickers ever. These things suck.
Yeah. Beard got his all nice and good. These suck.
I mean, honestly, these things are terrible.
It sucks. I'm not even proud of them.
No,
I got 2,000 of them.
I am determined to make better. I don't know what you were thinking.
I don't know. Andrew Martins, I was using an old 2007 printer up to 3 to 4 years ago. Bought a $100 thermal off of eBay. Haven't had any problems because you don't have to change ink or buy ink or anything like that.
It's the best.
Kevin says, I have a crazy eBay story, but it's too much to type out in chat. eBay paid me out 4 cents on a $9.99 sale after shipping and fees. And that sucks.
Yeah.
When you lose or make hardly anything off of a sale, it sucks. And hopefully you learn from that.
I agree, Beard.
David says, I put a little smiley face sticker on my packages. Take some of the dullness off of the poly mailers. Yeah. American Legend, do you need any now? I have a couple of different DDR4 memory modules. So I guess you might have someone to source from there, Kevin. Ghost Picker, unfortunately, the main thing I remember about eBay's Wild West days with no shaved sports cards and no recourse. Yeah. See, it does that all the time. It knocks it to the bottom.
So annoying.
Kevin says, back in the day, people would do shill bidding, have a friend pump up the price knowing the interested party is going to pay up the higher amounts. Yeah, and that got you banned.
Yeah, you got in big trouble for that.
Beard says, you made the design, you made the stickers, you suck, LMAO. Thanks, Beard. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Thanks for all the support you've given.
Yep.
Alex Neo says, eBay tip. USPS often doesn't scan delivered to packages shipped to international freight forwarded. Send USPS an email and they'll mark it as delivered. Happened to me. That's interesting. American Legend, I've never been scammed on eBay, but I did once on Amazon. I never worry about being scammed on eBay. Yeah. Don't worry about all the things like buyer feedback and being scammed, or there's people out there right now that are watching that will look up the address and start looking at maybe Google Maps to see what kind of neighborhood they live in. It's all this. I mean, it's crazy, but there's people who do that. Don't worry about all that stuff. You have no control over that. So the Vermont Vintage, and once you have thoughts, you've seen all the scams, they find another way. Yes.
This is true.
Or they'll start sending you boxes of meatballs. Kevin says, eBay is cheaper than Amazon. I tell people all the time. Yes, it is. Let's see. How about bounced checks? Remember, I had a fraudulent cashier's check for $500 for a diamond that we shipped off. And guess what? Not only did I have nothing to show for it, I had to pay $35 to my bank for bouncing it. Not JT says, what's one of your guys' most favorite, memorable sale? It is the 1999 Space 1999. Hell, I don't even know what the show was anymore. But it was an $1,800 sale that we made overnight, and it was something I bought for $75.
FAE needs a new logo. Type 1. 1!
Kevin from South Boston, not JT. That's an excellent
Tell
question.
John that it's okay to change your
I don't want
logo.
to do that. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Andrew Martin says, Wild
Stop
West
being so
days were
stubborn.
fun. I remember a kid sending my $20 and $1 bills in a stamped envelope. Unfortunately, it was for Albert Pujols, Topps Chrome Rookie.
Oh,
Smack
how
my
funny.
head. Yeah. Not JT. Do you guys do eBay as supplemental income? No, this is our main. We're full
This is our
time.
living.
We do full time. So, we're 10 to 14,000 on the main, probably like 2 to 3,000 on the secondary in gross sales. So cut that in about half, and that's
Meaning
where
we
we're at.
have 2 stores.
Kevin from South Boston, I have called eBay and complained up and down and demanded they do something. And sometimes you get someone who will give you your money back for something as a one-time courtesy. Yes, I agree. They do that sometimes. But it's like, then don't do it at all for anyone. Okay, that's the second time.
Oh my God.
Voiceover on.
No, I
Gmail.
don't want that off either.
Facebook.
Chastity says, I've had 3 or 4 logos for my store over the years. It's okay to make changes. Yes, but it's not something I want to do. Kevin says, I like the tracking down sellers and doing business off eBay platform to save money, usually if it's small business storefront. We have Alex Neos, during me appealing a case, eBay made me sign a declaration this week confirming the buyer returned another item. They ended up refunding both the buyer and me. So it's a way to keep track and to see that you're not just reporting this every time you get a return, that type of thing. So here's the thing, guys. We're getting at the end of the show. And as I will end it here with Andrew saying, eBay is the easiest way to make money, period. It is user-friendly. And if you do the things the way you should be doing them, the basics, guys, get back to the basics. Look at what others are doing within your category. And if they're making sales and you're not, they're probably doing something different. Maybe it's their pricing, their photos, their title. But whatever it is, do what you can to emulate that and to get back going, because we're making sales and sales are out there. I don't care what you're selling, and it could be what you're selling, and maybe it's time to sell something different. So at this point, I want to thank you guys for being here. Another great Monday Live, even though we have the spelling police here with me. And, getting back to the basics are yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I'm very, very proud.
Enjoy the show.
Very, very proud for those of you who stuck with us to unveil the outro. And it's not just the outro. We're going to have more just like it as we go on.
We love you guys. Have a great week, and we will see you Friday.
Take care, everyone.
Welcome to the game where sales never sleep. John and Jenna here, no secrets that we keep. From eBay's maze, we'll show you the way. Flipping ain't easy, but we're here to save the day. From liquidation to yard sales, we find the hidden gold. Turn your finds into cash with stories to be told. Take the journey with us and the daily grind. John's got the podcast, so sit back and unwind. Flipping ain't easy, but we make it fun. With John and Jenna, you'll never be outdone. Policy and tasks will guide you through. Watch us on YouTube, we'll show you what to do. Make the right eBay plays. Profit Playbook podcast with Scott and Josh on Saturdays. We're here to educate, elevate, and inspire. Turn your flipping dreams into something much higher. Flipping ain't easy, but we make it fun. With John and Jenna, you'll never be outdone. Profit Playbook Podcast with Scott and Josh on Saturdays. We're here to educate, elevate, and inspire. Turn your flipping dreams into something much higher. So click subscribe, don't miss a single show. Flipping ain't easy, but together we'll grow. With every tip and trick, we'll help you succeed. Join us on this adventure, it's all that you need. Flipping ain't easy, but we make it fun. With John and Jenna, you'll never be outdone. Policy and tasks will guide you through. Watch us on YouTube, we'll show